Lipton, author of the best-selling books The Biology of Belief, Spontaneous Evolution, and The Honeymoon Effect. I'm here just to provide a quick insight into the nature of the COVID-19 disease that is spreading globally at this moment. In the news media, we're being hyped with a lot of information about the aggressive nature of this disease, and specifically that it is a fatal disease. Well, I'm here to try to alleviate some of that issue because it's not really a true insight of what is going on. Every year we have a flu season, and every year a virus comes and we catch a cold, and there are symptoms that range every year in the flu from simple sniffles or sneezing to actual death. And it's not a general population, it's a population that primarily consists of older people in nursing care and those people who have health compromising issues in their life that influence their immune system. So it's not the general population that goes to the lethal end of the flu. The significance is conventional flu viruses have been running around in the human population for decades. So we can alleviate the symptoms of flu by having immunological memory of previous flu infections. What's different in this one is the coronavirus that is now affecting the human population has never been in the human population before, so none of us have any pre-existing immunity to this particular virus. Point, we're all susceptible to getting the virus and having the flu. Yet, something's a little more different about it because without any previous experience, this virus is more aggressive than previous viruses. More people are going to get it because of lack of previous exposure, and as a result, also the symptoms can be much greater. So that we're finding in the current coronavirus, symptoms may range from nothing more than sneezing and coughing to full-blown respiratory problems. Now, the important part is this: yes, there's always a population that will succumb to this virus. Every year it's 0.1%. This year it's going to be a little bit higher. Why? Because there are still people in that same cohort that will get the virus, but have a worse response because of no previous exposure to this virus. Yeah, who are the people that will die from this virus? Well, they're essentially the same group of people that die every year from the same kind of flu virus, and that is those that are elderly and under hospital care or nursing care, and those whose immune systems are already compromised. Point is very simple. We're all going to essentially get this virus because we hadn't had it before. But let me stop right there for this point, because those respiratory issues from the coronavirus are easily treatable by the medical profession. We can handle them. So for the average person, we will get a flu, no doubt about it. Will we die from that flu? Not if we take care of ourselves, no. So an important insight is this: while we all will be liable to getting the infection, the severity of that infection depends on the health of our immune system. And more importantly is stop worrying, because worrying causes stress, and stress releases stress hormones into the body. And the simple fact is this: stress hormones shut down the immune system in an effort to really take the energy of the body and get it ready for fight or flight, running from that proverbial saber-toothed tiger. When we start to hear the news and the fears and the threats that are keeping bombarding us from the media, we're naturally starting to release stress hormones. And as we release these stress hormones, we compromise our own health. So a very important insight into this thing is this: it is not lethal for almost the entire population, a small percent of the population.
So then, remember, experience is better because we can remember how they feel, and that memory then changes the person's biology. So they think neurologically within the circuits of that experience, and they feel chemically within the boundaries of those emotions, and how we think and feel becomes our state of being. It's the strong emotion that begins to select and instruct the gene that creates disease. Because if the environment signals the gene, and that's a truth, that's epigenetics, and the end product of an experience in the environment is an emotion, the emotion that you feel from that event is literally selecting the gene. The person, if it's strong enough, begins to wear their trauma, not just in their brain. Now it's in their body, because every time they think about that trauma, every time they review it, every time they keep creating the imagery, they keep firing and wiring the circuits in their brain, and they keep feeling the feeling emotionally in their body. And their body is so objective that it's believing it's living in the same past experience 50 to 100 times a day. an image and an emotion, a thought and a feeling, and you're conditioning the body into the past. Well, you're conditioning the brain and body into the past. What if they create an inner event that carries an amplitude of gratitude or joy or freedom? Break through from the chains of the past. And when the body is liberated and you feel that elevated emotion, the stronger the emotion you feel from that breakthrough, the more you're going to pay attention to the image in your mind. And now you're beginning to brand new circuitry in the brain, and your body's being conditioned into a new future. And the stronger the emotion you feel, and the more you pay attention to the picture, the more you're conditioning the body over time to the future instead of the past. Then that emotion ultimately signals a new gene that upregulates that gene to produce better proteins. And the person then all of a sudden starts healing. And we have research to show that people can do that in 4 days, signal genes to reduce cancer cells, to go to active tissues and repair them and regenerate them and suppress inflammation.